From under the lights of the jungle, we welcome you to Jaguar Basketball on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire, part of the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. Earlier tonight, the Valley Tiger girls squad notched a win against the Centennial Jaguars to get their 6th win of the season, and now it's the boys' turn to go at it. Both the Jaguars and the Tigers without a win this season. The Jaguars coming in with a record of 0-4. The Tigers with a record of 0-5. Both of these two teams, their most recent losses coming against Urbandale. As for the Tigers, Jaden Attaway comes in as perhaps the top threat to watch out for. The team leader with 54 points is leading in both field goal percentage and three-point percentage for Valley. Is 18 for 40 on his general field goals and 6 for 15 from three. And alongside him, Keontae Horgenson with 52 points, the second best on the team. Meanwhile, for Centennial, it's Keaton Kasperbauer who comes in leading the team with 41 points and is perhaps the biggest threat to look out for. The 6'3 sophomore guard is perhaps one of the most dominant on the team. And then Hunter Runshie comes in dominant behind him, coming in tonight with 35 points on this season. However, he is only 1 for 11 from three-point range, 12 for 33 on his field goals of the night. It'll surely be interesting to see who gets the win here between both these teams, as both are winless, but we do know that one of them will come away with an early Christmas gift, that being their first win of the 2025 through 26 season.
And your Centennial Jaguar. It's time to meet tonight's starting five. At guard for the Tigers, a 5'11" senior, number 2, Sam Strong. At forward for the Jaguars, a 6'2" junior, number 5, Drew Henson. At forward for the Tigers, a 6'4" senior, number 5, Donald Moore. At guard for the Jaguars, a 6'3" sophomore, number 13, Keaton Kasperbauer. At guard for the Tigers, a 6'1" junior, number 10, Keaton Jorgensen. At forward for the Jaguars, a 6'5" junior, number 14, Mitchell. At guard for the Tigers, a 6-foot junior, number 12, Jaden Attaway. At guard for the Jaguars, a 5'10" senior, number 15, Colby Beshik. And at forward for the Tigers, a 6'3" senior, number 15, Colton Remick. And at guard for the Jaguars, a 6'1" junior, number 22, Hunter Runshie. Officials for tonight's game are Dan Rita, Matt Roberts, and Jason Malone.
Both teams ready to go here from Centennial High School. Both of them searching for their first win this season. As for the Tigers, they lead this series 13-5, and they are seeking their 4th straight win against Centennial. They're also seeking their 13th win out of the last 16 matchups. And then, of course, the Jaguars, they're trying to snap a 3-game losing streak against Valley. And they're also trying to avoid their first 0-5 start in school history. Tigers win the opening tip, and we are underway with the boys matchup here in Game 2 of tonight's varsity doubleheader. Jorgensen double team there and making his way out of it as he circles the perimeter. Jorgensen going to drive into the paint as he's off the glass and good for the first bucket of the game. Certainly expecting a more competitive matchup here in this game compared to the girls' game previous. Foul called on the floor against Valley. Number 12, Jaden Attaway with his first foul of the game and the first foul of the quarter for Valley. So Keaton Casper Bauer waiting for his offense to get set here. Hunter Runchi pushing it back to Mitchell. Mitchell couldn't drive into the paint. Goes off the glass, no good, but an offensive board and a second chance point by Drew Hansen. So a tie game now here at 2 apiece with 6:43 to go in the first quarter. Tigers once again searching for the open shot, but a steal away from Luke Mitchell. Shot off the bottom of the rim was no good. Hunter Runchi passing it back to Hansen. Hansen gonna try to drive into the paint. He'll pass it back to the outside to Casper Bauer. 8 seconds on the shot clock. A deep 3 here from Colby Betchen, and it doesn't go down. The rebound from Kiane Jorgensen. Jorgensen passing it back. Sam Straw now passing it back to Attaway. Attaway going to try to drive into the paint. He'll push it back to Remick on the outside. Denault Moore. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. A deep 3 is good from Kiane Jorgensen. A 5-2 start, the exact same start that we saw in the girls' game just about an hour and a half ago. Hunter Runchi trying to drive into the paint this time as he's off the glass, no good, but an offensive rebound from Betchen. The second chance bucket from Casper Bauer goes down. 5-4 now, Valley still with the lead. So we have 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Attaway passing it back to the outside. Remick passing it to Strawn. Strawn assessed with the travel. A mistake against the Tigers as Centennial will get the ball here as we approach the 4.5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Casper Bauer waiting for his offense to get set. Luke Mitchell looking for an open player on the inside, never got it. Mitchell handing it off to Betchen. Betchen going to drive into the paint, pass it to the outside. Runchi off the rim, no good from 3. Halfway through the first quarter here from Centennial High School. Denault Moore can't get it to go down in the paint. Out of bounds off the Jaguars, and it'll stay with the Tigers. It'll be Jaden Attaway to inbound it for the Tigers. Attaway searching for the open player. Keone Horgenson passing it to Strawn. Strawn gonna drive into the paint. He gets one off the glass to go down. A 7-4 lead now for Valley here with 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Luke Mitchell handed off to Casper Bauer. He drives into the paint and he gets one to fall. So both these teams keeping it close here so far in the first quarter. Horgenson fouled on the floor. It'll stay on this end of the court. The foul against Colby Betchen. Keone Horgenson will be the one to inbound it as Trey Crawford comes off the floor. Correction, that's not Crawford, that's Sam Strawn for Valley. If only Valley would put a little orange on their visitor uniforms, it would maybe help a little bit. Colton Remick with the air ball as it is out of bounds. And it'll go to the Jaguars. Trey Crawford to inbound it here. Under 30 minutes in the first quarter. A turnover there as Attaway gets to it. Out of bounds as he just had his foot on the line, so 2 quick turnovers right away there. Refs, they're unsure about something that they need to quickly exchange words about. Regardless, though, the Tigers still lead by 1 here. Casper Bauer searching for the open player, Mitchell. Mitchell passing it off to Hanson. Correction, Crawford. Casper Bauer going to drive into the paint again as he passes it back out. Crawford. Casper Bauer from 3 can't get it to go down. Hanson with the second chance, he can't get it either. Hanson with the third chance. That time he got it to fall, and Centennial has their first lead so far tonight. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter here as Attaway waits for his offense to set. Attaway going to pass it back out. Keone Horgenson driving into the paint. Horgenson off the glass and good. A 9-8 ball game. Valley with the lead here. 1:23 to go. Brody Prill passes it back to the outside. Crawford cannot connect from 3. Attaway gets the rebound. Horgenson driving into the paint again as he's off the glass. And good again, he's gotten that pretty natural here so far in the start of this ball game. Here's Mitchell from 3. He connects. Tied at 11 with 48 seconds to go here in the first. Horgenson trying to drive into the paint, but he'll revert. Jack Tracy passes it to Attaway. Horgenson passing it out to Remick. Remick to Moore. Horgenson from 3. He answers. Shot clock off, 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Centennial with most likely the last shot here in the first. Trey Crawford taking his time here. He's going to drive into the paint, off the glass, and good. One chance for the Tigers. Attaway does not get it to go off in time. Did hit the rim there. But at the end of the first quarter, the Tigers and the Jaguars wrapped up close. The Tigers with a 1-point lead here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We'll be back after this.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life, it's the Carl way.
Soon to get started with the second quarter here of this boys varsity matchup here inside Centennial High School on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. Tigers with a 14-13 lead here. It's been a very competitive match so far, sort of the one that we had expected. It'll be the Jaguars starting with the ball here in the second quarter as Colby Betchnell inbound it to Brody Prill. Last game before Christmas break for both of these teams here. Both of them searching for their first win this season. Brody Prill gonna drive it into the paint. He can't get it to connect, but he gets the rebound. Here's a deep three from Betchen. He connects. Jaguars with a 2-point lead here to start the second quarter, just 40 seconds in. Tigers searching for an answer as Attaway pass it back to Heibels. Jorgensen passing it to Attaway. He'll try to drive into the paint, but a turnover by Trey Crawford as he pulls it out of the air. A turnover, Denault Moore this time. Moore to the rim and the slam. Tied at 16 now. Denault Moore said, not so fast. The answer from Crawford. Jaguars with the lead again here. Valley taking their time this time. Kane Jorgensen passing back to Tracy. Heibels passing back to Attaway. Jorgensen to Heibels. No charge there. An interesting call from the refs there, as Eddie Heibels will go to the line to shoot two and try to tie it up. Eddie Heibels knocks down the first out of two. We'll see a handful of substitutions here, both from the Tigers and the Jaguars here. Those substitutions sponsored by Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. So Heibels knocks down the second out of two. The Centennial student section, not enough of a distraction to cause Heibels to miss them. Trey Crawford to Mitchell. Mitchell driving into the paint, passing it back outside. Double teamed was Hansen, and the turnover as Valley gets to it. Attaway pass it to Horgensen. A long two from him is no good. The rebound by Centennial. The answer from Hansen. He looked like he wanted to slam it, didn't quite have enough height on it. He could touch rim with that jump, but didn't have enough height to slam one down in dramatic fashion. Attaway passing it to Heibels. Heibels answers on their end of the court. Tied at 20 here with 4:55 to go in the first half. A timeout taken by Ankeny Centennial with 4:51 to go as we are tied at 20. And we'll take the timeout with them here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
We're here at US Cellular, Frost Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them.
It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet. Us days at US Cellular.
Back here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Tied at 20 are the Jaguars and the Tigers. Immediate foul on the inbound against Denault Moore.
Tiger foul, charge number 5, Denault Moore. His first team's
So a take two at the inbound for Trey Crawford here. Hunter Runchi waiting for his offense to get set here. A travel against Casper Bauer. And the Tigers will get possession here with 4:43 to go in the first half. A jumble for the ball there. Centennial eventually gets to it. Crawford fouled on the shot, but it goes down. So he'll go to the line for the and one to try to complete the three-point trip.
Tiger foul, charge number 15, Colton Remick.
Called against Colton Remick.
On the line for the Jaguars, number 2, Trey Crawford, shooting 1.
And Crawford completes the three-point trip, as now Centennial has their largest lead so far tonight, here leading 23-20 with 4:15 to go in the first half. Colton Remick passing it off to Schoberl. Remick potentially had a three, chose not to take it. Attaway trying to drive into the paint, passing it back out. The three, no good from Braden Schoberl. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The defensive foul called in the interior there against DeMont Moore. Keen Jorgensen will check back in place of Braden Schoberl for the Tigers. It'll be Trey Crawford inbounding this time for Centennial to Mitchell. The competitive game so far, Crawford, no foul called there on the interior. Tiger basketball, an interesting call from the refs. Centennial surely didn't like it. .330 to go here in the second quarter. Tigers with the basketball. Jaden Attaway trying to drive in the paint. His shot no good. The rebound from Runchi. Quickly driving down Casper Bauer missed the shot, wasn't called for the foul, but Mitchell answers. Interesting sequence of events there. Momentum riding with Centennial right now as they lead by 5. 20 on the shot clock for Valley here. Sam Strawn passing it back to Moore. Remick to Jorgensen. Jorgensen driving into the paint. He gets it to go down, cutting the deficit to 3. Centennial trying to extend the lead once again here. Luke Mitchell waiting for his offense to set. Casper Bauer passing it back outside. Drew Hansen trying to drive it in himself. Hansen shot off the rim. A foul called on the floor against Remick. It is Colton Remick's second this game. Trey Crawford comes off the floor for Centennial. Jack Tracy checking in place of Colton Remick on the floor for the Tigers. Luke Mitchell in a one-on-one here. Mitchell trying to drive it in himself. Mitchell off the glass, no good. The rebound by Attaway. Attaway playing it quick here. And Heibels off the glass makes it a 1-point game here with just over 1.5 to go here in the second quarter. Colby Betchen with the ball right now. Betchen passing it to Casper Bauer. Mitchell to Casper Bauer again. Here's the deep 3 from Betchen. He knocks it down. Just over a minute to go. Centennial leading by 4. What can Valley do to try to chip back into it? Here's the answer from Jack Tracy's. It doesn't go down. Deep 3 wasn't set when he took it. Casper Bauer to Mitchell to Runchie. Attaway. That one off of Casper Bauer. No foul called there. Some of the Centennial fans thought it should have been called there as Attaway got his hand in there. The 27 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. Valley most likely with the last shot here of the half. Centennial trying to play tight defense here. Attaway trying to drive into the paint. He'll take a long 2 off the rim. The second chance shot from Heibels goes down. The last shot from Casper Bauer is good! A lucky shot from Casper Bauer sends Centennial to the break with a 5-point lead and incredible momentum. What a fun way to end the half. We'll go to break here with the third quarter to come after this here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Don't go away, folks. We got a good one here at Centennial High School.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Jarash Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
You got part of the, yeah. Or does it show up different? Shows up different on there.
Great job, dancers.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life, it's the Carl way.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. Your dog or cat can get routine and preventative care before you may ever even know they are sick. From dental care to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our pets at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
Searching for a home that combines a resort lifestyle with the comfort of being close to your loved ones? At Epcon Communities, we make building your dream home an easy and exciting journey. Choose the floor plan that fits your lifestyle, handpick the finishes to make it uniquely yours, and leave the rest to us. We'll handle the construction, you focus on the fun part. After closing day, your new home is all yours, ready for you to start enjoying the community, the amenities, and that special sense of belonging. Visit clarityconstruction.com for more.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
At Elk River Contracting, we know a great remodel is a lot like the perfect beard. You can't rush it, and the beauty is in the details most people overlook. Because there are two kinds of contractors, the ones with magnificent beards and the ones you don't hire.
We're here at US Cellular, Frost Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them. It's like we got our own special club. Should we show them?
Get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet. Us Days at US Cellular.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us. Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats. Steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts. All raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
It's a competitive one here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. The Jaguars lead 31-26 here at the start of the third quarter. It's been very back and forth here so far in this game. This is actually the largest lead so far of the game for Centennial here at halftime, which really just goes to show how close it has been so far. Had it not been for a buzzer beater half-court three from Keaton Kasperbauer, we would be looking at a 2-point difference here to start the third quarter, but Kasperbauer decided to have a little fun from half-court. And with that, Centennial leads by 5 here as we get started here with the third quarter. It'll be Valley to inbound it with Denault Moore. Out to Keen Jorgensen here as Denault Moore and the Tigers have the second half underway. Jaden Attaway going to try to drive into the paint, but he pulls back. Sam Strawn, the in-paint jumper to cut the deficit to 3 here right out the gate. Hunter Runchi waiting for his offense to set. What can the Jaguars do to answer? Keaton Kasperbauer going to try to drive into the paint. His lane closed on him and a turnover as Keen Jorgensen gets to it. And DeMalt Moore wasn't paying attention as it's right back to Centennial. A travel on the floor against Kasperbauer as it'll go right back to Valley. It'll be Jorgensen to inbound it for the Tigers here to Attaway. Attaway moving quickly down the court here. The foul on the shot there against Trey Crawford. He surely got some air there as he tried blocking that shot. Unfortunately, it just did not go his way. So it'll be Sam Strawn at the free throw line for the Tigers to try to make it a 1-point game here with just under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Strawn knocks down the first out of 2 to make it 31-29. So Strong goes 2 for 2 as it is now a 1-point game here. Just over a minute into the second half here from Centennial High School. Runchi passes it back to Mitchell. Hansen trying to drive in, but he passes it back to Betchen. A turnover there as Strawn was able to get his hand to it. Remick thought about pulling a 3. Here's Moore. He can't get it to go down as it's in and out. That one off the glass, no good. Moore with the rebound. Moore driving quickly. No foul called there for a charge. Remick can't get it to go down from 3. Centennial going to slow the pace down here and regroup. Seen a lot of quick trips from both these teams here in the last minute or two. 20 seconds on the shot clock here. Runchi driving into the paint. This one whistle dead as it is a jump ball. The arrow favoring Centennial here, so it'll stay on this end of the court. It'll be Colby Betchen to inbound it here with 5:44 in the third quarter. Betchen in the paint as it's knocked away by Sam Strawn, but the foul called against the Tigers. It's Sam Strawn's first of the game here in the first in the quarter against Valley. Jaguars inbounding it to Kasperbauer, who gets it off the glass to go down. 33-30 lead now for Centennial here, under 5.5 to go in the third. Jorgensen pulls a deep 3 and can't get it to go down as it's off the back iron. Jaguars once again slowing the pace a little bit. Jaguars trying to protect their 3-point lead and maybe try to build upon it. Luke Mitchell trying to drive into the paint as he's guarded right now by Remick. The foul against Remick in the paint on the ground as that ball is stuck in the back iron. So a technical gets called against Valley. It'll be 2 shots for Hunter Runchi here. Valley's 5 on the floor. Not happy about that tech as Runchi knocks down the first free throw out of 2. So Runchi goes 2 for 2 here on that trip. So 35-30 now. The Jaguars lead. The technical foul against Colton Remick is who it was against. Sometimes emotions just fall a little bit out of control, and for Remick, it did just that. Casper Bauer passing it back outside. Runchi back to Hansen. Hansen trying to drive into the paint. Runchi now in it. Runchi can't get to go down. An offensive board. Mitchell off the glass, and he gets the second chance bucket. The biggest lead of the game for Centennials. They lead 37-30. And this one whistled dead, and a jump ball in the paint favors Valley. So they'll stay on this end of the court with 4:17 to go and 23 on the shot clock. Brody Prill and Trey Crawford checking in for Casper Bauer and Runchi. The Tigers going to take a timeout as they trail by 7 here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Don't go away, folks. The Jaguars lead by 7.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Rush Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Back inside Centennial High School here on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. Both these teams searching for their first victory this season. Shockingly enough, it's coming in the one game before Christmas breaks officially starts. 4:17 to go in the third quarter as Centennial leads by 7, their largest lead of the game. Jaden Attaway called for the travel here as it's another turnover. We've seen a lot of travels out of Attaway tonight. Brody Prill inbounds it to Hansen. Correction, not Hansen, it's Betchen. There's a foul called against Heibels there as Colby Betchen fell to his feet there. So correction, it's DeMalt Moore who's assessed with the foul. Jack Tracy and Braden Schoberl check back in for Attaway and Moore. They'll give Attaway Moore a quick little breather here with 4:04 to go in the third quarter. And another foul called before the inbound. Sam Strawn trying to make his case to the ref. And Valley's, obviously they need to avoid another technical foul. They've already had one here in this game. Another one would not be good. Trey Crawford misses the first free throw out of 2. They still lead by 7. Sam Strawn will remain on the court for the Tigers here. Crawford knocks down the second one out of 2 to make it an 8-point lead as we near the 4-minute mark. Jorgensen off the hands of Centennial. It'll stay on this end of the court. Jorgensen was trying to drive into the paint there. He just had it knocked out of his hands at the last second. Heibels off the glass and good to answer. 38-32 now. Centennial still leading. Jaguars maybe under a little bit of pressure here. Valley playing a very tight defense here on this end of the court. Crawford off the glass. He gets it to go down. Bouncing around on the rim there for a little bit too. An 8-point lead once again for Centennial here. Tracy can't get it to go down. The offensive board for Schoberl gives Valley the answer. A 6-point lead and a timeout called by Ankeny Centennial here with 2:52 to go in the third quarter. They lead by 6 on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carlway.
2:52 to go in the third quarter as Centennial leads 40-34. There's been an interesting momentum shift that we have seen so far in Centennial's direction here so far in the second half, and it honestly has really all started since that Keaton Kasperbauer half-court buzzer beater shortly before halftime. And of course, as we mentioned Kasperbauer, he knocks another one down in the paint. 8-point lead now for Centennial. Jorgensen fouled on his way to the bucket. He'll go to the line for 2 with 2:33 to go here in the third. Centennial student section trying to make themselves a distraction. Jorgensen does miss that first shot, so who knows? Maybe the Centennial student section is making a difference. And Jorgensen goes 0 for 2. Centennial now has a chance to have their first double-digit lead of the night. A turnover there in the paint as Schoberl takes it the other way. Here's the deep three. Jorgensen called for the travel, so even if the bucket would have went down, it wouldn't have mattered. As Trey Crawford and the Jaguars will get the ball right back. Hunter Runchi will check in for Drew Hansen. Brody Prill taking it up a little bit slower for the Jaguars here. Luke Mitchell hand off to Crawford. Crawford driving into the paint, passing it outside to Runchi. He can't hit the three. It's rebounded by Heibels. Heibels, the team leader in rebounds coming into tonight. 37 in the first 5 games this season. The deep three from Tracy is no good. A foul on the rebound against Centennial. Against Brody Prill, his first of the game, and the third against Centennial here in this quarter. So Brody Prill will come out for the Jaguars here with 1:37 to go in the third. A turnover on the inbound as Hansen was able to knock it out to Kasperbauer. Haven't seen a double-digit lead yet out of either team tonight. Centennial with an opportunity to do so right here. Centennial with 15 on the shot clock here. Casper Bauer fouled on the floor. The 5th against the Tigers this quarter, so Casper Bauer will go to the line to shoot 2. So Casper Bauer misses the first free throw of his 2 shots. Attaway and Denault Moore will check back in place of Schoberl and Strawn for the Tigers here. Still an 8-point lead for Centennial here. The Valley student section trying to make themselves a distraction as Casper Bauer goes 0 for 2 on this trip. And Denault Moore is fouled by Hansen as Moore was taking it up the court. McKean Jorgensen to inbound it for Valley here with 1:08 to go in the 3rd. Valley trying to keep things close here. Trailing by 8, 9 minutes total to go in this game. Attaway giving it off to Heibels, who can't get it to go down in the paint, but a foul called in the paint against Trey Crawford, against Luke Mitchell. That is Mitchell's first foul of the game. Valley shooting 2 now, but misses the first one. Heibels can't seem to get it to go down. Hunter Runchie will check back in for Crawford. Here with 53.2 to go in the 3rd. The Heibels knocks down the second one to go 1 for 2 on that trip to the charity stripe. A 7-point lead for Centennial here. Again, haven't seen a double-digit lead out of either team tonight. Betchen forced to go deep outside. Casper Bauer back to Betchen. Betchen to Runchie here. Runchie gonna pass it to Mitchell. A shot clock violation as Drew Hansen's 3-point shot did not hit the rim there. So 15.4 to go in the 3rd. Shot clock turned off. Valley will get one more chance to try to chip into the deficit before the 4th quarter. Jorgensen off the glass and good. Almost another turnover on the inbound. Jaguars not able to get the shot off before the buzzer, so they'll head to the 4th quarter leading 42-37 on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire, part of the Carl Chevrolet family and networks. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back after this.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
Start of the 4th quarter here in the jungle at Centennial High School. We got a close one here on our hands. Centennial leading 42-37 against the Valley Tigers. Both these teams searching for their first win this season. Centennial trying to snap a 3-game losing streak against Valley. Important to note, the Tigers are the reigning 3-time 4A state champions here, but so far with how their season has started, it looks like there might be a power other than them coming for that 4A title this year. Hunter Runchie driving into the paint. That one knocked out of his hands on the shot. Jorgensen trying to drive into the paint again. His shot knocked away by Hansen. No foul called there on the shot block. So out of bounds off of Hansen. No foul. Denault Moore trying to drive into the paint, but it passed it back to Jorgensen on the outside. Jorgensen off the rim, no good. The rebound from Betchen. Centennial with a chance to extend their lead. A foul called against Attaway here in the start of the fourth. It's Attaway's second of the game here in the first against Valley this quarter. Jaguars can take it slow here with their 5-point lead. Casper Bauer passing it back to Runchie. Betchen passing it to Hansen. Mitchell back to Betchen. Tipped out of bounds by Denault Moore, so it'll stay on this end. Mitchell's trying to find Casper Bauer available for an open look 3. Couldn't quite get it, so 11 seconds on the shot clock here for Centennial here, just over a minute into the fourth. Betchen's 3 no good, but the offensive board from Hansen. The second chance bucket goes down. Back to a 7-point lead for Centennial here in the fourth quarter. Denault Moore driving into the paint this time. He has to pass it back outside. Jack Tracy off the glass, he can't get it to go. The foul called against Denault Moore of the Tigers, so it'll be Centennial ball here with 6:23 to go. Colton Remick checking back in to the lineup for Jack Tracy and for the Tigers. Keaton Casper Bauer and the Jaguars taking it slow here. 20 to go on the shot clock for Centennial. Casper Bauer passing it back to Betchen. Casper Bauer with the deep 3. Swish! And a 10-point lead, the first double-digit lead by either team tonight. And at what better time for Centennial, too. Attaway trying to make it back to a single-digit deficit. A jump ball called in the paint. The arrow favoring the Tigers. It'll stay on this end of the court. And the Tigers will take a timeout with 19 left on the shot clock, 5:40 to go in the fourth. We'll take it with them here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
during the break, a technical foul was assessed on Valley's Denault Moore. That is his 5th personal this game, so Valley no longer has him available through the last 5 minutes and 40 seconds of this game. It'll be interesting to see how that impacts their offense. Meanwhile, Centennial has a 10-point lead with a 47-37 lead here in the 4th quarter. Centennial very close to securing their first win of the 2025 through 2026 season, and also that close to snapping a 3-game losing streak against the Tigers. Centennial also trying to avoid their first 0-5 start in school history. And again, only 5 minutes and 40 seconds from most likely avoiding that. So out of the break, Hunter Runchie will get 2 free throws following the Denault Moore technical foul. Runchie knocks down the first out of 2. And now the Jaguars lead by 12, the largest lead of tonight by either team. Casper Bauer looking for the open man in the paint. We'll pass it back to Runchie. Again, it's a lot of back and forth between the 3-point line and the half-court line. Casper Bauer to Betchen. Right back to Casper Bauer, who splashes from 3 again. We've seen so many of those out of Casper Bauer. That one out of bounds. Off of Jorgensen. Colby Betchen with the great call there. A 15-point lead for Centennial here as we near the 5-minute mark. Whistle dead on the court. A foul against Drew Hansen. So Jaden Attaway to inbound it for Valley here. Under 5 to go here. Valley trailing by 15. Jorgensen, the offensive foul on the shot as he got a little too much height on that one. So it'll go right back to Centennial here as they still lead by 15. Second foul all game against Jorgensen. He will stay on the floor. This Valley Tigers squad, just unlike previous versions that we've seen in the last 3 seasons here. 4.5 minutes from starting 0-6. First time they've done that in what we know is over 20 years and maybe in their school's history. Casper Bauer trying to drive into the paint again. Off the rim, no good. A foul called in the interior against Valley. So it's actually a goaltend that gets called. No foul. So Centennial now leads 54-37, just about halfway through the 4th quarter. Attaway with the deep 3 to chip back into it. 14-point lead for Centennial here. They're going to slow the pace down just a little bit. Luke Mitchell circling the perimeter, trying to make his way into the paint. Passing it back to Runchie, who hits a 3. 17-point lead with under 3.5 to go. Attaway assessed with the charge. The offensive fouls just killing Valley here late down the stretch. That's Attaway's third of the game here. Attaway still on the floor regardless of being in foul trouble. Centennial leading by 17, 3:10 to go. That one out of bounds off of Valley. It'll stay with the Jaguars on this end of the court. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Valley will take a timeout, a full one. Will take it with them as well as Centennial leads 57-40 on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Stay right here, folks. We'll be back after this.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
A 17-point lead for Centennial here late in the fourth quarter, inching ever so closely to their first win of the 2025 through 26 season. Keaton Kasperbauer has been an incredible force for the Jaguars tonight. He came into tonight as the team's leading scorer, and he has had some very important three-point shots here in the second half. What do you know? Another technical against Valley. That is the third of this game. This time it's against Valley's head coach. So Hunter Runchi will shoot 2 free throws again. Runchi knocks down the first out of 2 as it bounces around on the rim. You never know. At this point, we could maybe see Centennial with perhaps a 20-plus point lead in this game. Runchi knocks down the second out of 2, and the Jaguars now lead by 19. Betchen will inbound it for the Jaguars here. And right here, the perfect opportunity. Of course, Attaway ruins it, as he'll take it back down the court. Valley trying to drive into the paint, but the foul called against Runchi. Correction, no, not Runchi. Colby Betchen is who it gets called against. A correction, Kasperbauer. Under 3 minutes to go here. Centennial still leading by 19 as Remick drives into the paint. Remick off the glass, no good. The offensive board, Heibel's fouled on the second chance shot. He'll go to the line for 2. So Eddie Heibels with a chance to try to chip back into this deficit. He misses the first one out of 2. No whistle here right before the free throw attempt here. Centennial students trying to persuade the refs into calling another technical. Almost another turnover by Valley here. Double the over and back is called. So we'll go right back to Valley. I must say, with the pace that these technical fouls are coming, who knows, maybe by the end of this game you won't be able to fit all the ones called on a single hand. Jaden Attaway's shot, no good, but the putback from Heibels makes it a 17-point deficit. Centennial haven't seen a 20-point lead yet tonight. A three-pointer would do it, and Casper Bauer is definitely the guy to do it. Centennial trying to run time off the clock here as they have 7 seconds on the shot clock. Luke Mitchell passing it back. The three-pointer from Betchen, no good. The defensive board by Heibels. 1:45 to go in the game. Attaway with the deep three, can't connect. And the rebound from Casper Bauer. 59-42, as it appears that Centennial has started the game of keep away here late down the stretch. Casper Bauer going to try to drive into the paint, but he is fouled on his way in. So he'll go to the line to shoot two more to try to make it a 19-point lead for Centennial. Another timeout called here by Valley, and we will take it with him on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Drosh Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
It's getting juicy in here with the Juicy Wiggle. The Centennial student section celebrating. I'll tell you what, it's been fun to see how the surrounding high schools around Iowa State have picked up on the Juicy Wiggle and have started using them for celebrations at their high school events. Casper Bauer knocks down the first out of 2 free throws to make it a 60-42 game here with 1:09 to go. So Casper Bauer goes 2 for 2 on that trip to the charity stripe. Jaguars trying to at least get some more points here before the game ends. We're under a minute to go. A turnover there as Runchie plucked it out of the air. Runchie fouled by Kyler Kevin, who is on the floor. And now we're going to see a whole bunch of the bench come in for Centennial. Always good to see moments like that when you can give those bench players some time on the floor. Runchie knocks down the first one out of 2. Von Hammy, Nelson, Doak, and number 33, we don't have a name on. All of them coming in for Centennial here. Alex Ganfield will come in for Hunter Runchi. Oh, and by the way, Centennial has a 21-point lead, the only lead we've seen tonight by either team by 21 points. That one out of bounds and right back to Centennial. And with 44.3 left to go, this right here is a good opportunity to see if any of the bench players can knock a bucket or two down. McLean Gorsh also on the floor now for Centennial. Ankeny Centennial with 20 seconds on the shot clock. The bench wants to see a shot go down. McLean Gorsh can't get it to go down, and boy, would that have been an interesting student section celebration had he knocked it down. Valley trying to drive in the paint. They'll pass back out. Kyler Cavan, his shot hitting the net and no rim. That one out of bounds off of McLean Gorsh. So it'll stay on this end of the court. The clock reads 6.7, and the Ankeny Centennial student section is surely loving it, soaking in the moment. There's a deep three for Valley. Will Clayton hitting one right at the end of the game. But Centennial, they are the ones who get their first win of the 2025 through 2026 season. A very early Christmas gift for them. Two varsity games ending on a good note, at least on the boys' side. The Jaguars move to 1-4 on the season. Valley falls to 0-6. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in tonight to this presentation of Jaguar basketball on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire, part of the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. Have a great night, everyone. Merry Christmas, and have a Happy New Year.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.